Obviously, yes, we have what it takes to feed Nigeria as well as feed even Africa and beyond, because a lot more of cultivable land in Nigeria has not been put under cultivation, and a lot of better yielding crops varieties can actually be produced in Nigeria. Let me give a quick example. Many years ago, the varieties of rice being produced in Nigeria were given as low as about 1.5 metric tons per hectare of land. But today, you have varieties being put under cultivation, yielding about 4 metric tons minimum, and as high as about 7 metric tons minimum, maximum, or even probably even beyond. And so with the evolution of these kind of varieties of rice, for instance, and the same thing with some other crops, cassava, corn, and a host of other crops, even recently, wheat that have been cultivated in Nigeria in the 80s, yielding less than 2 metric tons per hectare, can now yield as much as about 6 tons per hectare. When you look at all these, a combination of these better farming practices, good agricultural practices, and technologies in place, you have the issue of weather, which of course is another major issue. Weather, people thought weather cannot be predicted. Of course, there are mechanisms and tools with which you could predict weather today, and you can time your activities, and with that you can actually plant at the right time and then harvest at the appropriate time too, with less losses on your produce. And then of course technologies science and the technologies that are also able to reduce infections and diseases in our crops and animals are also available. Using these various technologies, we can reduce losses that are related to diseases and pests, and we therefore can be able to make more food available in the country as well as outside it. And then of course, don't forget that many countries that are feeding Nigeria today are actually not as well placed to produce what we have been importing from them. And Nigeria has a lot more comparative advantage to produce a lot of what we import.